So Tom gained his PPL. He actually was in the army for a while and was bobbing about in a few military aircraft for a while before getting his PPL back in 1983. Flown well over 40 types, as well in express of 7,000 hours, probably a whole lot more since I jotted those notes down. Introduced to aerobatics by Pete Clark in his own Cap 232, which he flew for many years, winning the Icicle Trophy in the same year and was third in the Nationals. And he's been the unlimited national champion on three occasions. Pulling over the top rather than letting the aircraft fall. Wonderful feeling. Going out now to one of our favourite parts of many teams, but particularly this one. Yes, you've guessed it, it is the Starling's heart. So give your partner, loved one, a good squeeze and a hug. Giving this to all, of course, the volunteers and helpers that have made this such a fantastic weekend as well. Near perfect day for this sort of flying display. Aircraft diving in, using the energy from that altitude, converting that into additional speed. So not only was it fast, not only was it a mainstay with just under 1,100 of these Glennons in service. It bore the brunt of the early war bombing effort and its crews played a very heavy part of the for protecting the nation. Press six rolls it was not designed for. That was the long-range fighter and that type of role. It became very much the first multi-role aircraft. Very much fond of the aircraft and using Winston Churchill paid homage to their bravery, comparing them to the charge of the light. The extraordinary choice to come out of the restoration of this aircraft is that of the cockpit. It's found in a completely independent operating environment, being used as an early electric state. To bring this very, very historical aircraft back photographic operations. First flew in October 1944 and saw extra service from 1945 onwards. So photographs across Europe. Spare time and then immediately pressed into service with 33 Squadron. Part of the 2nd Tactical Air Force. Scheme looking terrific, having been restored and fully refurbished and rebuilt by the Aircraft Restoration Company some time ago. as an extra wing to keep him going into the start of this amazing display. You may remember Richard flying many years ago in his F1 Union Jack G-Whiz aircraft. Now, after many years, his jets, sadly without the jets actually performing today, but nonetheless that doesn't hold him back one iota. Scott Elgin played flying in his blood. His father was a famous under-display pilot in the Royal Air Force. So when Richard joined the Royal Force, that form of flying, but now he does it at least 5 times a week. And maybe not necessarily always in displays. He has to keep training at this, has to keep currents, he has to keep very familiar with the G-forces, both positive and negative. This is no ordinary Pitts. Back in the mid-1940s, a guy called Curtis Pitts across in the States came up with this idea to build the ultimate competitive aircraft, and did exceptionally well too, made famous by some great aerobatic pilots across in the United States. One of them, a lady called Betty Skelton. Her airplane so well known in those days that it now hangs upside down in the Smithsonian Museum. It's outside Dallas Airport. It's another section of the Smithsonian Aviation and Space Museum. So to tell us all about the differences this aircraft compared to those 40 and 50 years ago when they were very well known in Britain, I've got Colin Hales, who's the chief engineer for Richard. Anybody else, we have 2 fuel tanks in the front cockpit, and we have a tank for the aviation fuel, for the piston engine. We have a tank for the